so much, Quincy, for sharing Barbara's wonderful insights on accountability. The three C's that I got was clarity, commitment, and consequences. And in understanding what Barbara was saying, what I understood was it's a two-way street.
Yep.
We get to hold ourselves accountable as individuals, and then we hold each other accountable. We follow up, we get comfortable with the uncomfortable. We celebrate the incremental wins because that's important. We get to recognize that in each other because, as she was saying, there's lots of blood, sweat, and tears that are going into what we are doing. So it is important to recognize that. And that accountability is a foundation for trust, growth, and success.
Yeah.
So that's what I got out of it. What about you two?
Yeah, I absolutely adore Barb. She has worked as an informal mentor for me now for a few years. And I think oftentimes as women, where we have a great opportunity to grow is learning from each other. As she talked about, she's sometimes lived a few steps ahead of what I may be going through, but also as she's had to pivot her business to remain relevant for what's going on right now, I also get to be the teacher as sometimes. So it took me back to your presentation of sometimes the parent is the teacher, but also sometimes the parent is the learner or the student, right? And being able to be fluid in both of those seats really allows for growth and development for both people, especially when you create that safe space without the expectations, and we sit back and we expect and see.
Yes. Thank you so much. What about you, Madhuri?
So for me, what I understood is accountability is very important. And instead of looking at somebody else, like we have to take the initiative. Either we keep ourselves accountable or find somebody else to keep us accountable. Because when we state what I know, like learned early on, is when I have somebody else, if I'm saying something to you guys that, hey, I'm going to do this tomorrow, it puts pressure on me to actually do it. So that's the reason actually we three of us, we are part of that accountability group where we show up every day and we say we are going to do this. And if we don't do it, it's not a big deal, but we explain why we were not able to do it. And three of us, we work as coaches for each other, right? We are all accountability coaches for each other, where I'm not asking for an advice, but we are giving advice like, hey, did you consider this? I think you're struggling with this tool. Did you consider this tool? I use this tool instead. Or do you do this? So since I have been in accountability group with you guys, I'm telling you, I hold myself accountable to show up every day, no matter what I did or did not. That itself is a lot of energy boosting for me. And mainly learning about different tools. And she also talked about in 2 weeks, if somebody does not show up, they don't commit, it's time to fire them. That is a very important lesson I learned last year, that no, my time is very valuable. It is not meant to be. I might have signed up with a very big person who proved very good with everybody else, but if you don't have time to show, my time is as much valuable as your time is. So I think a lot of things reinforced what I learned, and the three C's are a very good cheat sheet to have with us to remind us every day. So I'm really appreciative that Barbara took time to give us her wisdom on accountability.
Right. And to tap into that even more, like I love your point, Madhuri, of if the person's not showing up, goodbye. And it's not a mean thing. It has nothing to do with feelings. It has to do with, hey, you shared that you wanted to be a part of this community and be accountable and hold each other accountable, and we don't see you. And there is, of course, that grace of, okay, maybe someone has something going on. So it's not just you're automatically out kind of thing. So everybody gets to set the parameters for their accountability group. I want to make that very clear. And sometimes, like with what Barbara has created, when she was talking about a mastermind, not everyone understands what that is. So Quincy, can you share what a mastermind is?
Yeah, I would love to. So for me, when I think about a mastermind, it's about bringing together people who may have a common bond or a common interest, common goal, but they all bring a unique or diverse perspective to their business, and it's a safe space, or even it could be something not business, it could be personal, right? Um, but you're bringing people together to be able to maximize and sometimes 10x the brain power of one to the many people who are in the room who may be able to share with you, hey, I tried this didn't work. Or if you decide to go down this road, here's maybe something you should watch out for. Or say, hey, this is just a complete waste of time. I think when you're able to share that space openly and honestly, and the value in the room is not about so much maybe, if in a business context, selling services to each other, but it's
Right.
about sharing what will help accelerate, maybe open you up to a blind spot, right? Even when Madhuri talked about, having the power of an accountability group, it also can help someone say, hey, every time we get to a certain point of saying we want to do a certain type of project, here's where you cut bait. Right. I'm wondering if maybe you have some sensitivity, some blockages, some limiting beliefs on you can't get to that next step. So that accountability group helps to guided support to push you over where you have that bit of fear factor. And I think once you find that sweet power, that secret sauce of the right group of people, then you feel like, you know what, it may not be perfect, but I'm so much further than what I would have
Yes.
done alone. And that to me is the power of a mastermind and accountability group, whatever synonym you want to put on it. It's just
Right.
about ideating in a group format to where you can achieve more together, right? We all know that sort of acronym for team. Together, everyone
Right.
achieves more.
Seems more
Yes.
correct. And Madhuri, for you, when for you, what is a mastermind, like the history of it that you are aware of?
For me, a mastermind is, I personally have done around 20 workshops with women for self improvement. And when I did, I was thinking that I have done this workshop, I read this book, I want to do it together with others because I did not go through all the problems, right? So I was doing a workshop, I was doing those things, but when I was doing and sharing with all of the other people, around 20 other women, they each came up with questions or their self reflections on the prompts we were doing. And I learned so much from them. So for me, mastermind is something, it is a unique group where I don't have to go through life experiences as everybody else to learn the lessons. I can learn from your lessons. You can share your story and say, from this, I learned this lesson. For me, I don't have to go through all the hardships that you have gone through to learn
Right.
that lesson. And I personally feel that mastermind is where different circumstances, different contexts, different people, different backgrounds come together and they share their expertise and we all learn and grow together. It is like a fast track. It's
It
like
is.
I don't have to go through all the experiences, but I get the benefit of learning all the lessons. Like I
Yeah.
don't have to reinvent the wheel. So for me, mastermind is that one thing where we all are equally into this on. It's not like, oh, I learned this lesson the very hard way, I cannot just give it away kind of thing, right?
Right.
The more we share, the more we receive. My
Right.
philosophy is the more we share, the more we receive. And mastermind is a collection of people where everybody comes in, as Q was saying, we help each other out. Like you see the blind spots of the other person and say, hey, in my experience, I have been there, done that. I feel you're falling into that trap. We pull each other out quickly. We don't let them sit there to learn the life lesson and come out. We'll say, hey, let me pull you out. I know that you can do this because I did this and I'm seeing you can do it. You're just in a slump right now for this moment. Let me
Right.
hold my hand, come up. That's it. That push makes a huge difference. And for me, a mastermind is that hand that I need when I'm like drowning, one log or something to hold on to and come back. That is my mastermind.
Yes. Thank you. I love that. And for me, when I think of a mastermind, I want to echo everything that you all have said. And I didn't trust a mastermind, okay? Because a lot of time as women, we're judging each other. We're trying to compare ourselves to each other. So to come into a space where women are really and truly like honoring who we are and what we've been through, and there's not all this ego and bravado and like do it my way, and it's just really an open space to
Yes.
just be. And it's like so refreshing. At first, it was a little uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie. It was a little uncomfortable to step into that arena because it was unfamiliar to me. But in getting into these masterminds, it's like, whoa, the 10x, so true. The learning from someone else's experience, even more true. And to be able to say, hey, like what we're saying, like, hey, Q, I see this. Is this, it's a curiosity thing. It's not saying you are this, it's giving that feedback. And then I get to say, huh, that feedback I received from Madhuri, does it land or not? Is she accurate? Madhuri may not have been accurate, but because I was open enough
Yes.
to hear a perspective that I didn't have before, it helped me get clear on, oh, that wasn't it, but this right here is it. And that's the thing. I think how I've heard it said is it's allowing people to read the label of your jar.
Mm.
Because we're in the jar, we can't read our own labels. We can know, like, hey, I'm a beautiful red beverage. But what's in me? Am I
Right.
cherry or am I strawberry? So Madhuri is like, you're a cherry beverage with lots of sugar, everything like that. So that is what we get to do in a mastermind, that
Yes.
feedback. And Q could be like, oh, you taste great. You're not
Mhm.
expired. And just receiving all of this feedback is energy boosting, and it allows us to reflect. So, and that's the beauty of accountability that
Yes.
Robert was sharing today. So thank you guys for going down this road, for and sharing about what a mastermind is, because it's more than just being in a group. It
Yes.
is everyone pulling together, joining together to give and receive. It's not one person leading the whole thing, it's a give and receive exchange. All right. So Madhuri, we are up for you and your workshop. Super excited.
Thank you. Thank you. Um, okay, give me 1 second. I will pull up my notes and we'll be ready.
Okay.